Every 24 seconds, a driver in the United States calls for roadside assistance. That means by the time you finish reading this introduction, somebody has already been stranded. And statistically, if you are over 50, the stakes of that stranded moment are considerably higher than they were 20 years ago. Limited mobility, longer wait times, extreme heat or cold, a dead phone. The difference between a 2-minute fix and a 3-hour ordeal comes down to 5 tools that fit inside a shoebox. Most drivers do not carry them. After this video, you will never make that mistake again. Why drivers over 50 face a different kind of risk. Before we get to the tools, you need to understand why this list exists specifically for drivers over 50 and not for everyone, because the answer changes how seriously you take everything that follows. The CDC reports that in 2022, there were almost 52 million licensed drivers aged 65 and older in the United States, a 77% increase since 2004, not counting tens of millions more between 50 and 64 who are entering the years when roadside emergencies compound in ways younger drivers do not face. A 28-year-old stranded on a highway shoulder in July heat is uncomfortable. A 65-year-old on the same shoulder with a cardiac condition, a medication that needs refrigeration, and a phone battery at 8% is in a genuinely dangerous situation. The emergency is the same. The vulnerability is completely different. According to AAA, there are over 30 million roadside assistance calls a year. And according to NHTSA, 52% of drivers are not prepared for a roadside emergency. More than half of all drivers on the road right now are carrying nothing that would help them in a breakdown. Here are the 5 tools that change everything. Number 5. The portable jump starter. The dead battery is the single most common roadside emergency in America. It accounts for more roadside assistance calls than any other cause. More than flat tires, more than lockouts, more than running out of fuel. And the traditional solution, flagging down a stranger, finding jumper cables, positioning 2 cars hood to hood in traffic, has always been one of the most awkward and potentially dangerous interactions a stranded driver faces. The portable jump starter changed all of that. For drivers over 50, it may be the single most important tool on this entire list. Modern portable jump starters come with spark-proof technology and reverse polarity protection. If you hook it up wrong, the device simply will not turn on, protecting your car's electronics. That detail matters enormously for older drivers who may not have jumped a car in years or who feel uncertain about the correct connection sequence. The device does the worrying for you. It takes between 400 and 600 amps to jump a car. Most portable starters carry that and more. Modern lithium-ion units hold a charge for 6 to 12 months and should be topped up every 3 to 4 months. Most units include a built-in LED flashlight and USB ports to charge your phone. 3 problems solved by one tool the size of a hardback book. Choose a unit with at least 1,000 peak amps and store it somewhere accessible. The portable jump starter means you never have to roll down your window and ask a stranger for help in a dark parking lot at night. For an older driver traveling alone, that independence is not just convenient, it's a genuine safety upgrade. Number 4. The emergency escape tool. This is a tool nobody wants to think about. It is also the tool that has saved lives in situations where nothing else could. For drivers over 50, whose reaction times and physical strength may have changed since younger years, it deserves to be mounted within arm's reach of the driver's seat, rather than stored in a glove compartment. The emergency escape tool combines 2 functions in one compact device: a spring-loaded window breaker and a recessed seatbelt cutter. Together, they address the 2 most common physical barriers to escaping a vehicle after a serious accident. The tool works in rollovers, electrical system failures, car fires, floods, and sinking car accidents. The stainless steel blade cuts a jammed seatbelt quickly with a diagonal slice. The spring-loaded spike shatters tempered glass side windows by striking a corner of the window, where the glass is weakest, and the mechanism resets after each use, making it reusable. Modern car windows are made of tempered glass, designed to shatter into small, harmless pieces. That same engineering makes them extraordinarily difficult to break with bare hands or a random blunt object. Without a purpose-built tool, a trapped driver has almost no practical options for self-rescue. When a car enters water, The pressure differential makes it nearly impossible to open a door until the interior is almost completely flooded. An escape tool mounted to the driver's side sun visor removes one critical variable from that scenario. You reach up, grab it, and use it. One verified account describes a young woman trapped upside down in a rollover accident who used her escape tool to cut her seatbelt, break the window, and climb out. The tool that saved her life cost under $15 and was clipped to her sun visor. Mount it to the driver's side sun visor or door panel. Test the motion once so your muscle memory knows exactly where it is before you ever need it. Number 3. LED road flares and reflective triangles. Every year, drivers are killed or seriously injured, not in the original accident or breakdown, but in the secondary collision that happens because oncoming traffic did not see them in time. This is one of the most preventable categories of roadside death and is entirely addressed by a tool that costs under $30. Place warning devices at 50, 100, and 100 feet behind your vehicle to give approaching traffic plenty of warning. That spacing creates a visual corridor that even a distracted driver at highway speeds has time to register and respond to. A single device placed directly behind the car gives approaching traffic far less reaction distance, which is how secondary collisions happen. Traditional flares burn at high temperatures, produce toxic smoke, cannot be reused, and require a striking mechanism similar to a match. For older drivers in a stressful roadside situation, that is an unnecessary complication. LED electronic flares turn on with a single button press, last for hours, and include magnetic bases that attach directly to the car's body. Reflective triangles complement them by providing passive visibility even if batteries fail. Together, they create a redundant warning system. Deployment should be fast and should not require standing in the traffic lane. LED flares that turn on with one button and attach magnetically eliminate most of the difficulty. Once devices are out and visible, you can get back inside and wait safely, rather than standing on their shoulder hoping every approaching driver sees you. That shift from exposed and vulnerable to inside the car and protected changes the entire character of a breakdown. Number 2. The portable tire inflator. Flat tires are the second most common roadside emergency in America. According to a study by AAA, nearly 1/3 of new vehicles do not carry a spare tire. Manufacturers have been removing spares to save weight and improve fuel economy, replacing them with run-flat tires or inflation kits that many drivers do not know how to use. Even for vehicles that carry a spare, changing a tire on a highway shoulder becomes progressively more challenging with age. Loosening pneumatic tightened lug nuts, lying on a shoulder to position a jack, and lifting a heavy wheel into place is not safety manageable for every driver over 50, particularly at night or in bad weather. The portable tire inflator addresses the most common version of this problem, the slow leak. A portable inflator can restore safe operating pressure in minutes, turning what would have been a full breakdown into a brief roadside stop. Choose a digital inflator that plugs into the 12-volt outlet, displays pressure on a clear screen, and shuts off automatically at the target pressure. The automatic shutoff matters for drivers who may struggle to read small gauges in poor light while managing traffic and stress. Check tire pressure at least once a month as a regular habit. The most important thing to understand about tire inflators is what they cannot fix. They handle slow leaks and pressure loss. They do not handle blowouts or sidewall damage. For those situations, the inflator tells you clearly and immediately that you need professional help. That clarity is itself a safety benefit. Number 1. The compact first aid kit with personal medications. The first 4 tools address the most common mechanical emergencies a driver faces. Tool 5 addresses the human being inside the car, and it is the one most drivers treat as optional right up until the moment it is not. A well-stocked vehicle first aid kit includes gauze, bandages, adhesive tape, antibiotic ointment, scissors, an instant ice pack, an instant heat compress, and pain relievers including aspirin. That baseline covers the minor injuries that frequently accompany roadside emergencies: cuts from handling tools, scrapes from roadside surfaces, bruising from a minor collision. For drivers over 50, the kit needs one additional layer no off-the-shelf product includes: a personal medications card and a 72-hour supply of any prescription medication that cannot be safely missed. For an older driver managing a chronic condition, emergency contact information, visible to first responders, is not optional. In a cardiac event or diabetic emergency on a rural road, those details can determine outcomes that no other tool on this list can affect. The kit should live in the passenger compartment in a small insulated bag. A note on the outside identifying prescription medications ensures emergency responders open it immediately, rather than treating it as a generic first aid pouch. Add energy bars and bottled water. A breakdown in extreme heat or a remote area can mean a 2 to 3 hour wait. For drivers managing diabetes or heart conditions, staying hydrated and maintaining blood sugar is a medical requirement, not a comfort issue. Review the kit twice a year when clocks change. Replace anything expired and update your medications card if prescriptions change. The one habit that makes all 5 tools worthless. Here is what most videos about car safety tools leave out entirely, and it is the most important point of all. The tools only work if you can reach them. Every item on this list has been involved in a roadside emergency where it sat in a trunk under luggage, in a glove compartment behind papers, or in a bag that slid under the back seat during the last sharp turn. The tool existed. It was unavailable. For drivers over 50, the accessibility rule is non-negotiable. The jump starter belongs in the trunk, accessible without removing other items. The escape tool belongs mounted to the driver's side sun visor or door panel. The LED flares belong in a bag at the very front of the trunk. The tire inflator belongs in a consistent fixed location. The first aid kit belongs in the passenger compartment. A AAA survey found that 40% of motorists do not carry any emergency kit in their vehicles. You are already ahead of those drivers simply by watching this. The remaining step is the one that takes 20 minutes and costs under $100 in total for all 5 tools. The average vehicle on American roads is currently 12.6 years old. The driver population is getting older. The gap between a prepared driver and an unprepared one is measured in hours spent in dangerous conditions, or in outcomes that preparation could have changed entirely. 5 tools, 1 shoebox, a one-time investment under $100 that lasts years. Every driver over 50 who gets behind the wheel without these items is taking a risk that has no upside and a downside nobody wants to experience firsthand.